Now we'll take a look at the lineup for heat number 3. Starting in first for RS Team Austria Racing is the number 14, Stuart Townsend. Second is the 02, Ray Woodsman for E-Tech. Third, Duncan Villejone for Katana Auto Racing. Fourth is Blake Lodondo for Team Scotland. Fifth is Tohiro Kutagi for Team Forza. And sixth is Mike Marchese for Down Under Autosport. And down onto the grid. 1, 2, 3, and lights are out, and we are racing here in heat number 3. And Woodsman is under fire quickly from Villejone. It's actually a 3-car battle. Woodsman holding the lead. Villejone trying to get by Townsend. And Townsend gives Woodsman a shot to the rear. That pushes him up front. And leading lap number 1, it's going to be Woodsman. Second is Townsend. Third is Villejone. But Townsend, through turn number 1, gets to the inside. Woodsman gets right back to his bumper immediately. He's going to try the inside, and no good. He loses a bit of ground. That allows Villejone to close. Now Villejone is putting the pressure on Woodsman there. Townsend gets a little bit of breathing room through turn number 1. Villejone closes up on Woodsman's bumper. But he loses a bit of time. It seems like that one turn there, that little 90-degree left-hander is getting a lot of people. Now there's a battle for the 5th spot. It's Lodondo trying to get by Marchese. He gets to his inside on turn 1, but he's stuck on the outside through 2. Now it looks like Woodsman is closing back up on Townsend just a little bit. Meanwhile, Kutagi is trying to track down Villejone. Lodondo and Marchese still battling at the back of the pack. Woodsman struggling to get back up there to Townsend. Now he closes through that turn but loses again. It's a really bad place to try and make the pass. Just nobody can hold any momentum through there. It appears as if Marchese has finally gotten by Lodondo at the back of the pack. But now Lodondo fights back to the inside, but he can't get there. Woodsman once again closing in on Townsend just a little bit, but loses some through that corner section. Coming up on the final lap here. Still a fierce battle in the back between Lodondo and Marchese, bouncing off of each other, trying to stay out of that 6th position. And up front, it's Townsend in the lead. Woodsman second. Third is still Villejone. Fourth, Kutagi. And then the battle for 5th, Lodondo makes a bold move, but hits the sunk tires and goes flying. Loses a bit of time. And Townsend up front takes the checkered flag. Woodsman second. Villejone will come in third. Fourth is Kutagi. Marchese holds on to 5th over Lodondo. Here are your results for heat number 3. We're on to the final heat now. Now we'll take a look at the lineup for the final heat here in the first round. Starting in first after a 4th place qualifying effort, Brett Skinner for Team R Garage. Second is Gerd Walter for the RS Team Austria Racing. Third is Zam Rao for 444 Racing in the 444 car. Fourth is Bobby Orion for Ernest Crosswise Motorsport and his teammate Elio Lahikanen starting in 5th. And Suk Lee starts in 6th for Cheapo Racing Team. Now let's get this final heat underway. Lights are out and we are racing. Good jump by Walter off the start into the lead. Skinner second. Orion jumps into third. And Skinner and Walter fighting for the lead. Skinner to the inside. Skinner takes the lead. But Walter fights back to the inside on the final turn. He will lead lap number 1. And Bobby Orion is right there with them. We're kind of breaking into 2 distinct groups here, as Skinner is trying once again to take the lead. He gives a little bump to Walter and takes the lead. Meanwhile, Bobby Orion has fallen back into the clutches of the fourth place driver Rao, but he pulls away a little bit through the last turns. There's a lot of tight action in this heat. Still for the lead, Walter leading Skinner. See, up to fourth is Suk Lee. Now Walter has gained a little bit of breathing room on Skinner. And Bobby Orion has a little bit of space between himself and Lee. And there's Lehikinen taking over the fifth spot from Rao. Rao tries to fight back but loses it through the turn. Now the drivers have spread out just a little bit more. And Lehikinen bumps his way past Suk Lee in the first turn. And Gerd Walter is opening up a little bit of a lead, but Skinner is trying to close the gap. And Orion made a little bit of a mistake. That allows Lee to get back to him. Lee through to the inside into third. And he gets into Orion, who also gets into Lehikinen. Those three look like they'll be battling for the third spot for that last transfer spot. 2 laps to go. Lee holding on to third at the moment. Orion looked to challenge on the inside but did not get there. Lee is now pulling away from Orion. And Lehikinen looks to the inside as Zam Rao also pulls back up with that group of cars. Rao past Lehikinen in the final turn into fifth. And Lehikinen fights back in turn 1. Now we're on the final lap here. Gerd Walter holding a lead over Brett Skinner. And Suk Lee holds on to third. Lehikinen is fourth. Orion fifth. And Lehikinen, can he hold off the charge from Orion? Yes, he barely does at the line. So it's Gerd Walter winning the final heat and advancing to the A main. Brett Skinner will transfer to the B main. And Suk Lee battles from 6th up to 3rd to take his spot in the last chance dash. Lehikinen 4th, Orion 5th, and Rao 6th. We'll be right back with the last chance dash. And now we're ready for the last chance dash. This runs the same length as the heats, and it's a chance for the third place finishing drivers to race their way into the B main. Starting in first, and the order here is determined by qualifying time of the drivers who finished third place in their heats. Duncan Villejean will start first. Daniel Acheron will start second. Suk Lee third, and Ryan Bachelot will start fourth. Now it's time for the last chance dash. The lights are out and we're racing. Acheron gets an early jump on the start. Villejean will try to fight back on the outside. And Bachelot is also right there in the mix. Remember, top 2 advance from this race. You have to finish first or second. Third and fourth mean absolutely nothing here. Suk Lee is dropping back pretty quickly. And Villejean gives Bachelot a shot in the door through the last turn to take second place. Now Suk Lee is fighting back up against Bachelot. That's going to give Villejean a little breathing room. And meanwhile, Acheron pulls away up at the front. And Suk Lee and Ryan Bachelot really going at it at the back here. And Lee getting into the back of Bachelot yet again as he tries to push his way by. Now things have settled down just a little bit. Right now, leading is Daniel Acheron. Duncan Villejean holds second. Third is Bachelot. Fourth is Lee. At roughly the halfway point. Everybody is now spread out. Same running order still. And first and second will advance to the B main. First will start 5th, second will start 6th. Now Villejean is closing back up on the bumper of Acheron. Looks like he's going to try to get there through the last set of turns here. He does get to the inside, and they make a little bit of contact. Now he's at his bumper. And that little bit of racing there has let Bachelot back into the picture just a little bit with 2 laps to go. Bachelot is going to have to fight hard if he wants to get up there. Akron opens up a little bit over Villejone, but Villejone is losing ground to Bachelot. Suk Lee well behind. And driving hard into turn 1 is Bachelot. That looks like it cost him more than it gained him. Villejone is closing up on the bumper of Akron here on the last lap. Akron opens a little bit of space on the straightaway. And through the final set of turns, it's going to be Akron taking the last chance dash, and Villejone will take second spot. Both of those drivers advancing into the B main of this event.